being so late into this is actually not a good news at all.
I don't see a bright future ahead coming from Team Pandem and Sim9, considering that, the zone actually favored the north side, so there will be plenty of teams that will stay at the edge of the circle, so lots of gatekeeping opportunities. One of the players, though, coming from RQ, got shut down by Bigatron Red Alien, so I don't think he can come back for that one. But Fnatic, going up against Vampire Esports in another part of town. Schweppes making it happen. He's been shutting down. RQ as well. But you know what? RQ seems to be on the losing end, perhaps. But hey! Okay, we still got one more coming from Vampire, and there you go. Asa just went down, but no mercy. Was able to follow through, but Bigatron Red Aliens joined into the mix just in the nick of time and getting the job done. And a lot of teams was received the boot out of the wrangle.
Yeah, they were completely got flustered by the total full-on flush coming from these two teams. Vampire Esports stood no chance at all. Meanwhile, BTR was absolutely smart, coming in as the cleanup crew, with Lamborghini also running one member out there. I wonder what really went on. Is that was one player off of their vehicle as well. The Savior now plants themselves against the rest of 52 Esports. 52, they need to hold on to this lead. They were that #1 spot. I mean, they were the team with the #1 spot, but if they don't play well enough to keep themselves into the top 5, this is going to slide out of their hands. DRS now in the mix with Killer YT also getting a frag of his own. The Savior's just driving around. There's just no land for them to claim. But the rest of Team Secret, they are firmly planted. They're looking for a target here against the rest of 52. It slows down, drives right into the bunker. 52 is going to be A-OK as they find members on the side of NKT. I spoke too soon as Aaliyah is already out of the match.
Oh, man. The kill fit just light up right there. I mean, it's lighting up still. Okay, Team NKT now. Are they still alive? Okay, we have one player knocked down on the ground, but the fight is happening right outside of the blue zone here. They've been applying pressure, I guess. Okay, so who's been doing that gatekeeping? That would be 52 Esports, but they have to be careful though, because Team Secret is looking to join the fight as well, but Voltrix, I do believe he is in a little bit of trouble here. He is all alone, and Joker's looking to get the job done, but a nice shot though coming from Voltrix. Unfortunately, the God made an awesome follow through as well. So yeah, I mean, it's a back and forth exchange. Obviously, Voltrix will not be picked up in this situation, but it's a different story for of course, Joker.
Yeah, from a chicken dinner and down to only one member left. There's only so much that 52 Esports can play for right now. Plenty of teams coming in from the southeast region as the one after another gets shut down. Lynx does actually get a catch from across the field. They were lost if they're early on. But what was really interesting was the rotation of Sem9. We saw they were spending a lot of time in the blue. They have a genius idea to wrap around the blue to get into the west side, which is lessly populated. Meanwhile, it's such a dense field over on the southern end. Now, teams are playing over on the top side of the mountain. Some area is still being covered by the side of BTR to be able to keep everybody up there. Meanwhile, Pandem, Sem9, they were the late movers. They have exactly the same idea. They are just flooding into the west, which is the safer play, the smarter play, which we might actually see both of them make it into the final 5 hurdle. But for now, of course, I want to keep my eyes closely on what really happens here at the top, because the Savior, they're locked right in. There's teams everywhere around this corner, although difficult to spot at the moment. Perchins being absolutely careful about this. At DX, they all booked one full vehicle, and they gotta be watching out for those shots being sent their way.
It's definitely a challenge, which D-Saver, I think, is willing to take here. They are inside one car, though, so this could be a risk here. There you go. Okay, the moment that they took some shots, they immediately actually left the car. And then we can see that Parashin is climbing up. He could, of course, find himself in the way of T2K, so we might witness an exchange happen between those two teams. Now, True to Love, T2K, also spawning members come from BTR. He is doing a little bit of that tap and fire up against Lapar of the Red Aliens, but from the kill feed, it's Links of Todak that's been taken out of the equation by none other than a DRS. But Killer Whitey is also on the ground, so I guess the opposition is clapping back.
Yeah, that's all the way up north, though. Whatever that fight is, they gotta settle the scores real quick because there's not gonna be much group left over onto that mountain. Now, 7-9 as well as Panda have to push right into where PTR is as well. Slippy! Quick catch over onto the side of 9. Now looks over at the bottom side. It's gonna be Cleon. A rock in the hard place, but there is that vehicle that he will try to gather all his might. But that shot was beautiful! Slippy connects it onto that moving buggy. And that just completely sends the swordfish back to the waters.
Todak went out empty-handed. Oh man, not good. Not a good situation for Todak. 13 teams remaining. We've got Break from Team Secret on the ground as well, courtesy of Team Pandem. Let's see if Team Secret can do a counter-attack. But so far, Killfit is a little bit silent. But in another part of town, it's Team Flash versus Alterego Wwcd. We've got Rosemary on the screen, ladies and gents. Just went in for a spray there, but did not connect whatsoever. Bounce was able to hide behind that concrete wall. Hands for You is going for the flank. He's looking for an opening shot, but couldn't find an angle that could best work for him. Team Flash is hiding, of course, inside a warehouse, so I guess there's really not much pressure on their side, considering that, you know, they have some sort of refuge.
Yeah, Team Flash, they could play it very safely until teams pass them by. Meanwhile, DRS still finding a little bit more of a target while they try to press into the field, finding more and more of these members coming in from the side of Roy Esports. As Chama full sends it over on the top, so he will be drawing a little bit of attention. Meanwhile, Roy going in for that reset. He's just trying to gather as much of that intelligence that he can. But Rules, he's taking charge, will have to be forced right back with the being tossed to his side. Sleepy now on the pursuit, but will be shot down by Turu Love. Where exactly is he coming from? Turu from the bottom end of the hill, being so sneaky about it.
Oh man, the real soldiers once again. Contra not performing exactly great, even in Erangel. They already have 2 casualties. Sleepy has already been put down. So I don't know how long they can last, you know, inside stage 4 in Erangel. But good spot though, coming from Killer Whitey, shutting down Boboho from that angle and from that range, nonetheless. People love right behind this rock. I mean, he's trying to, I think, make it rain up against M9, but from the kill feed, oh man, Crypto goes out, being the last member coming from 52 Esports. 52 now out of the game, stage 4 in Erangel.
Beautiful, beautiful clean runs in coming in from the side of Love. We saw that he's been holding on to this angle, spotting out Sleepy and a few other targets coming in from the side of DRS. That absolutely suppresses them because they were suspecting that the entire squad was up on the hill, and of course didn't manage to be able to spot him out. Roy, though, holding up against Chama. Is going to be Kill YT. That's going to be supplementing from the back end. But the pushes are looking really good. One more bullet will be able to do the trick, but Porsche survives for the meantime. And Nate now cooked up as he's trying to toss it perfectly towards the side of Porsche. Porsche will be able to run away, but for Porsche, it's going to be Lamborghini on the other side that gets chipped off, and that is by BTR Satar. He's just hunting everybody out there. There's no point getting anywhere close to the cable car, and BTR is an absolutely dominating team, taking half of the upcoming stage.
With this circle shift, BTR now holds a power position since they have a compound to work with, and there are at least 3 teams that will be headed towards that same direction, so that could be potential points for the side of BTR. But DRS now, they're painting the town red because they are getting picked off one by one, but by T2K. Yeah, and Roy Esports now, Juke doing a shot here up against Point Donkey. Potato now, oh man, he's also on the ground, but Juke took a hit as well. So I guess this is a good back and forth situation for both of the teams here, and now they're working with just 1 player left as well.
Point Donkey was sandwiched in between. It was Alterego that will wipe the floor clean, taking all of these points away. But at the very same time, opens up that spacing for the team over on the low ground to be able to have a cleaner run in. Levi's, though, all alone, and I think that T2K will have to keep their eyes very closely onto what happens here. This is a corner of a crack that Levi's is currently holding on to. T2K definitely will be happy to add another one on the block, but take a look at that. 7 elimination points already added to the table for T2K. Being so dominant, really keeping up to the pace of BTR, but because they were sweeping by the edges, they found a whole lot more room. And speaking of which, UK also eliminated. That makes it 8.
All right, down to 9 teams. T2K, you're absolutely right. Phenomenal performance from the side of Train to Kill. 8 elimination points already up on the board. We can see that T2K still continues to rack up some more, but they are now about to face the guys of Alterego Wwcd, which holds a dominant position here. I guess there's an option here whether or not they're going to be taking this fight, because T2K, they also are already inside the circle, but right down there in the middle would be Levi's coming from T-Savior, and we do understand why there's a need for Levi's to kind of lay low at this point, because, well, he doesn't have his teammates now with him for this round, but just check out what Rolls is doing. He holds off a very good angle there and just waiting for that opportunity to shut them down from that range.
Yeah, great elevation for them to utilize here for the rest of Alterego to just slowly pick off teams one after another. Once they do step a little bit out of the line, Tirolov is in the middle though. So this is going to be pretty interesting because all of these teams are just hugging by the edges because of how difficult this terrain is going to be at. A lot of flat ground somewhere in between, which is why nobody's playing in the direct center of it all. But DX somehow squeezes it past. BTR has probably got to move eventually. We'll see whether the circle favors them or not. But if it does pull down towards their side, this is their game to play.
Wow.
But Team Flash, they're going to come in from behind. BTR got to be on standby because Kwang is already on the move, charging right through. Alterego, they spot something moving around the corner, and T2K also going back on that vehicle. So this is so hard to tell what's really going to go on. Batman does knock one member from the side of BTR. Now, can they convert as Bose comes in from the back? Many of smokes now being popped down. And they're just hugging right underneath them. Kwang, if he does have those nades, this is going to look pretty good for Galore. But here comes Zuxi. He's got the DPS, dodging some grenades. And this all-out warfare for them to claim this hill. We'll see Zuxi going 1-for-1, trading out. But Elva also puts them to sleep as well.
Everyone wants a piece of this compound right here. I was going to say that because of the circle shift, BTR remains to hold a power position here, considering this real estate, right? Team Flash now looking to snag this one out of BTR. They seem to be doing a good job, but hey, they cannot rest easy in this situation, considering that NKT also would want to play into this mix. Now, BTR, we can see that Satar has been throwing up nades as well, and from behind, Joker got hit by Team Flash here, so this is not looking too good on the side of Team NKT. But in the kill feed, it's T2K as well, has been picked up. They exit the game with 8 elimination points.
Yeah, that's really sad because they did so well throughout the course of the run, but they got spotted by the rest of T-Savior. Speaking of which, it's going to be T-Savior out as well at 8. Big grenades dropping in from side of BTR. They've made massive plays here before. Back in the early days of RRQ Athena, that they've had to use grenades to flush them off. This is where they will try to reenact this up against Team Flash. But this Vietnamese team is not going to back down from that fight. There's only one way, but that is forward. MZ also chiming in. Team Panda on the lookout, but they are further down the hill as well. They don't really have to commit. They can take the south side, play it absolutely safely, but if points is what they want to seek for, they can also try to go in for some backstab. But the shot's coming in from Rosemary. This is from the top end of the hill.
Yeah, 6 elimination points now coming from the side of Alterego Wwcd, and they really have this huge opportunity to dominate Biggest on Red Aliens as well, just because of the position that they hold. Even though BTR has a compound, well, high ground advantage goes to Alterego Wwcd, and they have been picking up information on how to best approach this situation right here. Now we can see that Alpha 7 right behind that house is cooking up a nade, getting ready to throw up against BTR. And KT just got eliminated with 4 elimination points, and another win coming from the side of Alterego Wwcd, giving them a total of 10 elimination points. Now we're looking at the 5 teams remaining, ladies and gentlemen. Alterego Wwcd having the best chance of scoring the chicken dinner, followed by Team Pandom. We also got Vietnam's Team Flash, and of course Voin Donkey of Indonesia and Team Secret, but they only have 1 player left, which of course has the least chance of scoring that chicken dinner.
But my, BTR, that was an absolute stronghold that they defended. But, of course, there's just too many teams really going up against them. 3 teams, as a matter of fact. We had Alterego and Team Flash, and over on the south side, Pandom was also being part of that procedure. And it's just too overwhelming. But I absolutely did love how Alterego has been so clear-cut on their approach. Just finishing off with some clinical precision. And with the rest of Team Flash now having that south side to open up, they have to deal with Team Pandom though, because they know for the very fact that the full squad of Alterego is on that hill, which is going to be tough to challenge. So Flash, they will try to just maybe wrap around the edges of the south. But look at that. Alva and the rest of Alterego, they got this perfect view across the board.
Okay, oh wow, that was a lot of back and forth situation coming from the teams there. Team Flash, okay, they're getting bombarded as well of Octa, and I don't see really Team Flash surviving this position, because they will be coming from outside of the zone. They will be coming from the low ground, so it's a little bit of a tall order for Team Flash to actually win a fight up against Alterego Wwcd here. But let's see what Team Pandom is going to do in this situation, as we can see that Jay Branky is cooking up that nade, probably trying to flush out Max here from this space. And Max, he's been cooking his nade as well, but can he at least bring down 1 player? Oh man, Jay Branky, however, has been shut down by Alterego Wwcd. We can see that it's a 2-2 split coming from AE, and again, they have all the advantages working out for the team.
Alterego Wwcd, this is their game to take. They still have that full squad. Meanwhile, every other side is just weakened up, playing that high ground to perfection. All they have to do is just wait for certain areas to close up, and they'll be able to spot a few more targets. But it's really hard to eventually challenge Team Pandom, which is still circling the south side, or should I just say it's going to be Team Z all alone to sneak right at the back of the members of Team Flash. So right now, with the rest of Alterego taking about majority of 80% of the field, there is Team Pandom just by the edge of it, and of course, 1 straggling unit over onto the very top end of the half. Those now have soaked in a little bit of that shell from the grenade. With MZ just making it a little bit more difficult for Bose to actually get anywhere at all. Team Pandom though, what's their call here? 2-2 split going on, and the whole wraparound by the side of Alterego is just suffocating everybody else. Voin Donkey still having Zeta to survive.
Obviously, Alterego Wwcd is carrying their own weight, but another great shot coming from Gosu of Team Flash. Gosu was able to shut down Rosemary just a while ago, and now he went for Alva. Hands4U needs to take care of business here. He is the one closest to Gosu if Alteregos would want to win the fight, or would want, of course, to win the fight. Alterego Wwcd is again dealing with 1 player knocked on the ground, but there's still time to pick up their teammate here, so I guess if they can reset, they could really bag the chicken dinner. But Team Flash is not letting go of their chances just yet. Bows is doing his part for Team Flash, but unfortunately for Gosu, Hands4U managed to get the job done, and now Hands4U needs to get back to the rest of the teams to provide a little backup.
And now with great picking, they will be able to just go in for a dive bomb right underneath that hill as they charge right through against Team Phantom. Alterego Ares claims everything in the back. Turret team looking for even more against Joe Branke. The best they can seek out for is going to be number 14. And there's just so little for him to do. Dempsey crashes out and Alterego with one of their big